Hello, programming students. Professor Harlow here, and I'm here to demonstrate to you a tool that can help you visualize code while you're going through your computer science education. This tool is known as Python Tutor, and what it will do is it will help you see exactly what's going through as a visual editor in your code as you're executing it. So how can we actually go use it? Well, for starters, all you would need to do is select the programming language up top here that you would like to visualize. I'm going to go ahead and click in on the Python since this is a Python class that I'm demonstrating. And then you can see here is a visual debugger, and this has already been code that's been executed all the way through 6 lines of code. Now, to try your own code out, all you need to do is click in on the Edit Code. And now I have an editor. I'm just going to go ahead and clear out everything inside of here, and I'm going to paste in a little bit of recursion here. Now, to execute this recursive call, all I have to do is click Visualize Execution. And then I can just come in here and use these next and previous buttons to execute one line at a time. So the first line is that it is stored the function count into the global frame so that I can actually start using it. And now you can see the red arrow here is the next line that's going to execute. So we've just completed putting this entire function into memory, and now we're going to execute this next. So I'm going to go ahead and click next, and now you can see it is called count. And now we're actually going to go through the function for the first time. And you can see as I'm going through, it's going through one line at a time. And you can see it just went through my base case here for the recursion. It is determined that 4 is not less than or equal to 0. It's now going to come down here to my print statement. It's going to go ahead and change this to become a string. It's now going to make the next recursive call here. So you can see that its x is now going to be equal to x plus count, with x minus 1 as my next. So now we're saying 4 minus 1 here. And here is my next recursive call. So this is my original one. Now here is my next one. So it's going back up to the top, and it's going to start again. And it's going to, because the base case didn't actually execute, that means that it was false. And so we're going to go into this else block. And you can see as I'm going through, I'm calling. And now we're calling our next recursive call, in which case now it's going to come up here again. It's going to verify the base case, and it's going to call for 3 minus 1, which is going to be count 2. And again, we're going through here. We make our next recursive call here. We go back up to the top, which is going to be the next thing. It's going to look at the base case. It's going to determine that 1 is not less than 0. It's going to come down here to the next print line. It's going to go ahead and take some strings here. And now it's going to go ahead and continue on until now finally we're making our next call. But notice that my call here is passed in 0. What's going to happen now is that it's going to execute this base case, and 0 is less than or equal to 0 is going to result in being true. And so you can see here is, it's now actually inside my base case, which means it's going to end the recursion. There's going to be no more recursive calls. And it's finally going to return the first value. So I just come in here and I say, okay, it's now going to return 0. And now that we're returned 0, it can actually now go back and start unraveling the recursion. And it can actually start returning values back. So here we can see that it's going to print out return count 1 is going to be x is going to be equal to 1. And now it's going to come back up again to the previous recursion, which is going to end up giving me for count 2. It's going to return back 3. Now we're going to come back up again to the next recursion, in which case it's going to go ahead and output count 3, which x is now going to be equal to 6. And now it's going to come back up to and finish this recursion again. It's going to store x, and x is now going to be equal to 10. This is my return value, in which case we can now see that the parent call of count 4 gave me a return value of 10. So this is what Python Tutor can do. This is good for any type of function or method if you're doing object-oriented. Now there are some limitations on here. To find out what the limitations are, make sure you click on this Known Limitation button. So this is just a demonstration of this, and you can always come back in here and click on the edit code, make some modifications, see that how it's actually working, and then visualize your execution again. So that's all. I just wanted to give you a brief demonstration of Python Tutor and how it can help you in your computer science programming. Thank you.